All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Legacy Loading. We have, for the second time, post Olympia, Mr. Alex Toplyn.
Guest.
He's back.
Yeah, man, 43 episodes it's been.
Dude, you were single digits.
Yeah.
That is fucking crazy.
It's crazy to think that, man. The
And
podcast has come a long way. It's really cool.
But now we have another one.
And to the left of him, we have his
The man behind the content.
the man behind all the dope content you see on Alex's page,
Yeah, he's the
Sir.
guy who makes me
Mr.
look
Juan.
pretty.
2 years now working together.
Yep, it's been
2 years?
Yeah.
2
Holy
years,
shit.
man.
Long
Yes.
time, bro.
And now you're at Alphalete full time, right?
Yeah, I've been with everyone full time at this
Yeah.
point. Yeah. Yeah,
He's getting
bro.
hoed out.
Literally. But,
And
yeah.
Mr. Dorian is back.
Hi.
Dorian is back. This is so if you guys are from early on, Legacy Loading, Alex was on episode 4. We were high as fuck.
Oh, we were smacked.
It was actually called High Times with Alex Toplyn.
Good vibes.
Pop the
And,
thumbnail on the.
Yeah.
You gotta put that out there.
It's like fuck. But yeah, on that pod, it was pretty much talking about everything that you now have accomplished.
Yeah, it's crazy
You
to
pretty
sit
much
back.
manifested almost
Yeah.
everything you said on that podcast.
Yeah, man, it's actually really crazy to think back to the conversations that we had to now fast forward to where we are now and realize a lot of those things we talked about, like you said, have been manifested
Everything,
into
bro.
reality.
Literally everything.
Yeah, it's cool, man. And I'm telling you, manifestation is a real thing. Like, you
Yeah.
got to believe it. You
Yeah.
got to believe it first, man. It's cool.
Bro, it's just to think about, like, even since we met, right? When, like the Tampa trip. Remember that, the first Tampa trip?
Legendary.
Tampa Tire.
Think about
Yeah.
Tampa.
Think about how much fucking shit has happened.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
in life in general, like for each of us individually.
If you really think about it, too, like how quickly we kind of jumped to that trip before we really even knew each other. Like,
Yeah.
we think we knew each other for like, we met each other once in person before. We
Yeah.
maybe knew each other for a couple weeks.
Just living
and
your-
boom,
sleep
you guys
in your
came
house.
down to the crib and we were like,
And a lot of us.
yeah,
came.
a lot of you guys, and we
Yeah.
were like best friends. Like, it
You
was
went
just,
to Revive
that's
Gym,
so cool.
right? Was that the same trip?
No, that was a different trip.
Oh,
That was,
shit.
yeah. Our
I was
first
saying
trip
they
was
came
like
down a lot.
totally different people. They don't even hang out with us anymore. But yeah,
But it's crazy to
With
again,
MI40.
yeah,
MI40. Yeah.
the MI40.
Yeah, I met those two, Aaron and I remember that
Yeah.
2 guys from the yeah.
It was cool, man. And it's, again, just from, where we were and how we started to where we are now and where we all are in our own individual
Yeah.
paths. It's really crazy to think what we could do in just a year and a half
That's
or
what,
so.
bro. I remember I texted you. Remember before the trip? Remember I was like, I just quit my job. I was like, see you
Yeah.
guys.
I freaked
Shit.
out. I was so
I
excited
was
for
like,
you.
see you guys Friday or something like that.
You were like one of the first of us to like quit our jobs.
Yeah.
Because
Oh yeah. I quit before you.
You quit
Oh, shit.
before me, and then like I remember it motivated the hell out of
Dude,
me.
you and I quit at the same time.
Yeah, and then
It was
I quit,
2
and then
days
he
in, but-
quit, and then it was just like
Damn.
a
Domino
chain
effect, bro.
effect, and it was like, damn. But you were the one.
Unemployment boys.
I will never forget that, bro. I was so excited for you, but then like I remember talking to my fiance, and I was like, my boy just quit his job,
Yeah.
and I was like, I need to do this, man. Like. You were a part of that process for me that sped up my timeline. I remember. Do you remember that, dude? It was like I'm gonna quit my job in 6 months. Now I'm gonna quit my job in like 4 months, 3 months, bro. I said that in that time frame. I ended up quitting my job
Yeah.
in 2 weeks later.
It was that security blanket,
Yeah.
You were like, do I need to quit? Like I'm good.
Yeah.
But
There's always gonna be that fear. You just gotta jump in.
yeah,
bro.
I'm happy
Both
that you
feet.
finally. I guess it was the right decision, right?
Yeah, I mean, shit. Who knows? If
For
maybe
everyone.
you didn't make that
guess so,
decision.
yeah.
I think it worked out, but yeah, bro, it's just crazy to think back and think you were working a normal job, like not even
Dude, it
2
was
years ago.
Yeah, no, not even, bro. It's this time last year. I had that corporate job, and I just started my online coaching business a year ago.
Yeah.
So like, literally to see kind of where we are with that, where we are in my bodybuilding career, me and Juan's relationship, just based off of that growth from a year ago. It's
Keep telling
insane.
people we live together, bro.
Yeah.
We have a whole ass apartment together.
Yeah, seriously, we got apartments together.
It's a studio.
It's awesome though, man. But like, I don't know. And I was just talking to him the other day about it, and it's crazy to think back to, we talked a lot of this into, existence, but we take action now. It's like we'll say something, we want to do it, then we look at each other like, oh shit, no, we're gonna do this.
Yeah. I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Nothing. It sounds like crazy, but nothing scares me anymore. Like I've
Exactly,
done
yeah.
all the scary things. I quit my job. I moved to a different state. Like left
Yeah.
my family.
Because
all
once
shit.
it happens, and you see it's possible. Then like, okay, I can do it.
What else?
I can do
Yeah,
it. Yeah, what
exactly.
else? Yeah.
It's the chain effect. Like just like him, it was possible. He quit his job. Why not me? It's
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah.
You
Dude,
know what I
it's
mean?
like who you surround yourself with, basically. But because of the internet, you're surrounded by so many great people
Yeah.
nowadays, bro.
It's nonstop watching other people. You know what I'm saying?
Succeed,
All day
yeah.
you're watching other people do things,
Yeah.
and then you start playing games in your head like I could do it too.
Exactly.
You
So,
can't handle
Start
that pressure
believing
though,
it.
bro.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
got to be like one up in them too. So.
yeah. I want to talk about how you guys met and all that, because I know briefly the story, but I want to go really back to like day one.
Yeah.
I don't even know
Was it,
so much.
was it
yeah.
Megan? It was Megan.
Yeah, it was my fiance. So I was moving from Jersey to Tampa, and I was trying out a videographer, and it was great. Young kid in my area in New Jersey, and he's phenomenal. And I was just starting to use a videographer for the first time, so I started seeing the value in it. So I was like, oh no, like I'm moving, I'm gonna lose, that side of content creation.
Yeah.
Because I always knew that I had the passion to do it, but I never had the time to do it. And I know that tends sometimes to be a lot of it an excuse. Maybe it was, but I just felt like I really didn't. But I always had that passion and felt more comfortable with someone else behind the camera. So I was talking to my fiance about it, and she took it upon herself to just go on Instagram and literally just started like looking up hashtags and came across Juan's profile.
Because hashtag Tampa photographer
Yeah.
or some random shit.
And so it's crazy. Hashtags work, guys. So
Wow.
but it's crazy to think that. But then she sent me his profile, and I DM'd him. And we were talking for a little bit, and then we hopped on a call. Like, I know it might be fast forwarding, but we hopped on a call and we talked a little bit about it. And I'll be honest, like that's when I'm still working my full-time job. And
Same here, so I couldn't go full time with you. Yeah.
exactly. So like I always knew, and this is something I said from the start on our first call. I was like, I always want that Christian and Nabil relationship. Like that's something I always yearned for, and I was looking for, and we both vibed over that, and we had a really good conversation, and we talked about our passions, and just from the day one, we can see the value.
Yeah.
In
Clicked right away.
Yeah, just like we saw the value in like shared values, I guess you could say, and we started shooting, here and there, and I know you probably don't agree, but I say it from the start, man. Like I couldn't afford a lot. I was broke. I was literally getting paid, nothing at that time, and I knew I had to invest, but I didn't know what to invest. I didn't know like how much a true videographer cost, and I told him what I could afford. It was like $300 a month. It was like nothing.
Yeah. For like unlimited, like we didn't.
Like
cap,
for unlimited, like no.
bro. And this is
Fuck.
at this point too. I was still working my day job, so I was like basically like mornings and weekends was all I could do with him. So I was like, we can't really do that much, so let's
Yeah.
just fucking do it.
What
Yeah.
at that time? What was your portfolio looking like?
Basically, I was just doing. I was just talking to him because I did free shit so much because I said I don't want to start charging low.
Yeah.
So when I do start charging, I want to go like all in basically.
Yeah.
So he was probably one of my first like actually paid routine. Because I did random shit, bro. I did landscape for some like a hotel. I did food photography. I did very little video. But nowadays, bro, I don't do anything.
No
was gonna
fitness
say,
stuff.
yeah.
Zero fuck.
You did no fitness stuff. I was
That's
just
crazy.
First
So
time
there
shooting in
was
the gym.
not one single fitness.
I
Not
just
one,
saw
bro.
what
Damn.
he could do with what he was doing.
And then we did one reel.
Yep.
At MI40, and that was the first time I
First time I ever shot.
Damn.
And yeah,
And
and
then-
then from there, bro.
I fell in love with it, and we just started to create content periodically. Like it wasn't something, drastically. And then I would probably say 8 months or so went by,
Yeah.
where we were still shooting,
Yeah.
but it wasn't anything to a point of excess. And then it got to a point where I was like, I really want to amp some things up. We had a good talk. Like
Yeah.
we wanted to get more on a regular schedule. Like
Because at the same time, I started taking on other clients, like
Yeah.
random clients. But I was like, bro, I can't do this because just scheduling. Bro, I loved shooting with Alex, but I was like, I just can't. I need more time in my schedule. He's like,
Yeah.
let's just up it basically.
yeah.
So when you got a taste of shooting with Alex, did it kind of stray you away from doing the landscaping bullshit? You
Yeah.
realize like I'm actually passionate about
And
this
because
fitness
video
shit.
is what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I can't do videos for a fucking hotel or like
Yeah.
real estate, bro. Real estate's the worst for video.
Yeah.
It's so boring. So yeah, I was like, I can really be creative, and Alex liked the creativity, and it's
I
just,
loved it.
it was the first time where like more creativity was a better product. If that makes sense.
Did you already had skills, or you learned throughout the
Yeah, I was
process?
gonna
At
say.
the same time, I'd say I already had some, but since then I've learned so much more through trial and error.
Yeah.
Uh,
But you help me out now.
Yeah, dude.
I'm FaceTiming Juan all the time, like asking questions. I'm like, bro, how the fuck do I do this? And he just shows me.
I
on
don't
the
watch
screen.
TV. I just watch tutorials on YouTube.
Literally.
I'm just
Yeah.
always learning.
But I will say this: the best part about Juan and why it was so easy for me to, consistently raise, the price that we agreed upon was simply due to the fact that this man never stopped investing in himself,
Yeah.
his equipment, and his knowledge. He would always find a way to get better. He's like, hey, I learned how to do this. Let's try this. And that content, or that ability leveled up my content to a whole new level consistently. Like, it wasn't just staying stagnant. I just wasn't limited to what he knew at that time. He just kept wanting to learn and get better.
Yeah.
So like,
whenever you'd ask me something, and you're like, "Can you do this?" I'm like, "I don't know, bro. But we can try."
That was his catchphrase.
I'm gonna figure it out, bro.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
that was his
but-
little catchphrase. Like, I don't know, but we can try.
Yeah.
And that just kept turning into better and better and better. And, you know, I don't know if we can fast forward this far, but it now opened up so many opportunities for him, and it's really cool because it also aligns with a lot of the opportunities that I'm with.
I was gonna say, yeah.
So like it's
Bro, I was
really,
working with your previous sponsors, current sponsors now.
Yeah.
It just makes so much sense to like keep it in the family almost. It just works, bro.
yeah.
That's literally what everyone looks for, you know.
Yeah,
Like
it's
now
an
you-
ideal situation.
Yeah, because you're gonna keep growing, you know, and the more doors that open up for you, he's gonna take care of the content and all that.
1,000%. And like
It's just a never-ending cycle of
Yeah.
growing.
and he knows me so well at this point, where like he knows if I'm overthinking, he'll stop for a second, put the camera down, like, yo, breathe for a second. Like,
Or if we're scripting something too much, I'm like, bro, if
He's
you
like,
script this, you won't do it.
don't do it.
Yeah,
Like
natural.
he just knows me to a point, and this is like also a point of why I think we're so successful in terms of the ability to create together. It's just simply due to the fact that we are so close of friends outside of it.
Yeah.
And
You say, I love your family, you love my
I
family.
love his
bro.
family. Like,
That's
and, like,
important.
He's literally, I say it all the time, but like it's crazy to me that he's literally going to be in my wedding. Like, he's not there shoot, like he's in my wedding.
Yeah.
Like, so like the fact that, you know, we have come so far in such a short amount of time, like we have shared very similar values like, in life outside of just the camera in itself, that then translate into just loving this man as like a human being.
Yeah.
And that shows in the content. Like, I'm so much more comfortable talking with him holding the camera than I am by myself with, you know, the camera in itself.
Yeah,
you know?
people are scared to invest into
Yeah.
a videographer like this because
I'm
of the
literally
money
right
and
now,
all that. You
don't
know,
even say anymore like Christian Abila always say like I want to have someone like Alex and Juan. I
First
swear
time you
every
told me
single
something,
time
I'm like,
because I
whoa,
hang
man,
out with you
that's-
guys, so I know like how
Yeah.
it looks and everything. It's totally
Yeah.
different. Like being not like business relationship, more like friend relationship, but you're like working with each other, not for not you know
Yeah.
you don't work for
Dude,
him. You
people
work.
ask me all the time, like, you're moving here and moving there. I'm like, bro, if Alex comes with me, already had my wife.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
no, but like yeah, it's crazy.
you're working
to think.
together.
We're,
you know?
exactly.
Yeah.
We're a team. Like, he doesn't work for me. Like, we're a team. I
And
would
that
not
kind of
be
thing
where I
is
am without
difficult
him.
to find.
Yeah.
It's not difficult to find videography. It's difficult to find relationship. That's a really difficult.
Hey, bro,
now,
there's-
especially
there's-
nowadays.
1,000%.
Videographers are way better than me, bro. I've never felt like threatened too much, like to an extent, like, you know, even early on when he and I were just starting off and stuff, because like I think we have friendship, and that's like you can't just buy that shit.
You
Yeah.
can't put a price tag on it.
I always talk about that. You know, like, bro, for sure, there's better photographers, better videographers than me. You know, but there's only one me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what separates it. Like, that's the value I bring. Is like, there's only one of me.
Yeah.
You know, what
And
I'm
also
saying?
it can
People
be- it
want to
can
work
be-
with me for me.
Exactly.
You know?
I can be the best as you can, but if other person is not there with you, you know
That's
what I
I'm
mean?
saying, bro. How many people we know that are sick videographers, but they fucking
Exactly.
suck as people?
Yeah.
yeah,
And you
exactly.
just don't wanna work with them.
exactly.
That's such a norm in the industry. And so it's a rarity when you actually get somebody you can actually put the camera down and actually have a conversation
Yeah.
with.
And we've had rough times, bro. We've argued, especially like at the beginning when it was just scheduling. It was
Yeah.
your schedule and my schedule. But the fact that we're able to like argue like as human beings and get over that,
Yeah.
like, well, I was like, bro, I have no hesitation to bring something up with Alex, and he has no hesitation
Yeah.
to bring something up
Yeah,
with me.
bro,
so-
communication's everything.
It's everything.
Most relationships end over bad communication.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
A lot
dumb
of
as
like,
shit, if you
dumbest fucking shit.
That would end.
And we've all seen that firsthand. But if you guys communicate, that's it.
we've grown so much.
I was gonna say how it was both your. Well, you did a prep series before, right?
Not really. That's the thing. Like, if
You
you,
kind
really
of
go back and look at the
you
prep
like
series,
shot YouTube videos.
yeah, but that's the crazy thing. It was like 5 episodes.
Yeah, so
you know
this
what I
is-
mean?
For both of you, this is your first like real prep
This was a-
series.
Bro,
like,
absolutely. After you
weekly-
came from Christian's prep, you were like, dude, we're doing a series.
Yeah.
Bro, we did to the point we did 3. I was just talking to Christian. 3 show days. We shot it and we edited it and uploaded the same day.
Yeah.
That's-
So
that's-
that was our
that's
first
sick, man.
challenge.
But I remember in Miami, we were sitting watching
Yep.
Alex, you were editing the video.
Yeah.
Like, you know, he's on the stage and Juan is editing the video immediately.
Yeah,
that was our
on the
first.
spot.
That was our first true challenge because I remember we were in. I think you were there too.
Yeah.
We were in Alphaland in the VIP center, and it was Jesse James West. I think it was How to Beast, Christian, you, and a few other creators. We were like literally just sitting in a circle, and they were talking about all the crazy things that they've done, you know, in order to
Yeah,
make
yeah.
a project
You're like,
happen.
damn.
And I'm like, I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Like I have
We
nothing.
barely
to-
did YouTube at that
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was barely on YouTube. Like
Yeah.
seriously, I was shooting like one-off videos here and there, and then I was like, I remember like texting Juan, and I was like, all right, we're gonna shoot and upload the show day video in the same exact day. That's gonna be our first project.
Because people were telling you can't do that. It
Yeah,
can't be done.
because I said that, and I'll never forget this. I remember Jesse was like, "Oh, that's gonna be really hard,"
Yeah, like yeah. all
and
right.
I was like, well,
Was
I'm gonna
that
do
New
it.
York or
Bet.
Miami?
I
That was
started
New
off.
York.
It was New York
New
first,
York.
and that was the first video that hit. Like for me, I hit like 25K or 20K.
Yeah.
And that was big for somebody who was never on YouTube before.
Yeah.
Like I didn't.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? So like then that happened, and then 2 weeks later we did Miami. Same
It's
thing.
all about like just jumping on the fuck. It's hot topic.
Yeah,
It
we
just
just-
happens,
yeah.
Boom.
And
Same
no
thing.
one posted already. Like
We're the first
Yeah.
one.
Miami Pro Show, whatever.
We were the first ones.
Yeah, exactly.
So when they look, especially the New York Pro, how big it was, coming off of a massive, I'm not gonna say I placed second, but I beat somebody who was like a legend in the sport, Sadiq.
Yeah.
So like being in that conversation, and that was the first true introduction to who I was as an athlete. People were like, who the hell is this kid? So they were typing him in my name or looking me up. Boom, first video that popped up.
Dude, your
Everyone.
pod, the
Yep.
numbers went up like crazy.
Yeah, it did. It
Oh,
did.
really?
I'll never forget that. Like I looked at
On
on
our-
top,
on
I'm
our-
like, holy fuck!
Really?
It went up like 2,000 views
Damn.
from the Olympia. There's just
Damn.
people looking you up. You
Yep.
know?
Yep.
That's what happens
I also
there, bro.
think of it as like obviously you're Christian Guzman's coach, right? But people want to know more about you. They're like, why is he Christian Guzman? Like Christian can have anybody as a coach.
Yeah.
So I think people were seeking to know more about you as a person.
Yeah, and
Not just his, sorry that I interrupted, but a lot of influencers at this point, right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
For
like,
sure, yeah.
I've worked with influencers before. I think kind of Christian Loud put that like kind of verification on it. I work with
But
pretty
you deserve it. It's not like
yeah, and I think like the one thing is like the reason why me and him and a lot of the influencers like coach get along is I don't treat them like influencers.
Yeah.
I don't treat them like they're somebody who has X amount of followers. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like I truly don't. So it's just you either rise to the standard or you don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why
I
Dorian has
can
been able
witness
to make
that.
the
I'm
progress too.
client also.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's why Dorian's been able to make the progress that he has, and that's why he's gonna go on in this year to do what he's gonna do. So like,
Yeah.
it's the same thing. It's not. I don't give a fuck about your following.
yeah.
You know.
I
what
think
mean?
people also get surprised by your age just from
Yeah.
your maturity.
Yeah. Well, like.
Like bro, we're like same age kind of.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
when I came to my first summer training, I saw him like managing people, like other coaches and clients, like 50 clients. I'm like, bro, who the fuck are you? I was like, I just knew this guy who competed. That's it.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about
No,
your
yeah, the way you
coaching
carry
business.
yourself definitely speaks volumes
Yeah.
about how people respect you. For
Yeah.
sure. Like,
Yeah, it's really easy when you have like a passion for something like this. It just kind of comes out naturally, especially
Yeah.
in moments of, kind of array. Like there's a lot of things going on.
Mm-hmm.
You got to control certain variables, and you got a lot of other people's emotions in your hands at that time. And come on, let's be real. Like a days before the show, a lot of emotions are everywhere. So imagine coaching 40 plus people into one show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I had to be a super coach. I remember after that show, I crashed for 2 straight days to the point where I didn't move, but it was all worth it.
I was gonna say, how do you balance that? How do you show each of your clients that you give them all the same attention?
Yeah,
How do you
and that's
handle that?
That's the hard part, and that's where it's really big for me to set that standard across the
Yeah.
board of what to expect and what not to expect. Like I would never forget it. Like for example, if Christian sent a late check-in and he didn't get a
Yeah.
response, just
Yeah.
like somebody else,
Yeah.
if they send a late check-in,
Me either
Yeah, yeah.
last weekend.
they don't get a response, and it's set across the board,
Mm-hmm.
and it's something that's extremely expressed early on,
Yeah.
and just throughout. So you're not going to forget it. So if you mess up, and then it's like, okay, how do you handle that? Like,
Yeah.
and again, the number doesn't matter. I don't care who you are. Like
Damn.
that has to be set, because if not, I have a life too,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a reputation that I need to uphold too. So it's the same thing. If you can do it, everyone else is going to think they're doing it.
Yeah.
So it's one thing that I've kind of set easily across the board, and I don't let that fold for anybody.
That's funny though.
The thing why
Even
you're growing
Christian
so
Guzman, I
much
read, like, fuck
now
you,
when
bro.
now when I work with him, now when I work with him, the thing why you're growing so much because you're so strict with the details with every single. There is no like when someone coaches, I do online coaching as well, and it's usually like there's a macros, there's thing you need to do, but everything is like set up like literally to a detail. Like all the things can be like you like monitor every single step so there can't be a mistakes or you know exactly what's happening with each body and stuff like that. So it means a lot of people like to be taken care of.
It's not
You know
just
what
like
I mean?
a broad plan that
Exactly.
that everyone gets the same cookie cutter
No, it's-
Bro,
bullshit.
I remember you telling Christian, you're like, dude, coaching you is like a double-edged sword. If you fuck this up, it's gonna look so bad on you too. So
Yeah.
you had to be.
Yeah,
So
and that's
just-
that's the thing also that I want to say. You keep people accountable in a way. Like let's say I'm gonna put an example as myself right now because I'm at least his client, and I execute that week 90%, 95%, right? And over time, I remember I did a check-in and everything. You're like, you look crazy. Like this is like way more than expected. And I'm like, yeah, but like I missed one day or something. And then your response is not being mad. Your response is like, now imagine if your last 3-4 weeks 100%, how would that look like? And then you start thinking, you're like, shit. Like
'cause
I
it's
literally
on you.
lost some time. Like I could have become. It would be an even better result. We did the result, but then you start thinking you don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's not gonna yell at you, but like he keeps you like you start thinking that like okay,
He can only do
definitely
so
not
much,
gonna
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
He's not like your
feeding
dad.
you.
He's not
Exactly.
gonna
You
be
know?
like, I'm
Yeah.
disappointed in you. No, I'd be like, be better, bro.
Exactly. Yeah.
The best way I can say it is, man, like raise the standard of yourself.
Yeah.
Like don't don't have me raise your you raise the standard of yourself. Like what, I put it this way to all of my clients. Imagine if your or everyone else's hard work was just your norm. If you throughout the day to day you made that your norm, how much would you separate yourself? Because not everyone works hard all the time, but if you make that your norm, that's just what you do, like getting up, brushing your teeth, XYZ, like imagine how much farther you're going to separate yourself from everybody else. So, it's kind of trying to set that standard for everybody across the board. Is it easy? Hell no, bro. Especially for first-time clients and first-time competitors, that's not easy. And influencers, same thing. It's not easy, but those of them who do race to that challenge, that's when they separate themselves, and that's when the magic truly happens. So that doesn't have to be with online coaching. That can be anything in your life, bro. That can be your sales job. That can be, photography, videography. Doesn't matter. If you just make everyone else's hard work that standard of what you do throughout the day, dude, everyone else is always going to be chasing you. Yeah.
Well, Juan, you just started YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
Because, bro, he challenged me, bro.
That's what I'm trying to say. People ask me too. It's like, how do you do a podcast, your own YouTube channel, and you do all the? I'm like, I just do it. Yeah. Like I do it.
There's no secret.
I make time for everything. There's no secret to it. Yeah. But I think it's cool now that you have a busy ass schedule just like me. But
bro,
you're like,
I am married. I have a kid. I have another kid on the way. I have.
All right, you just showed me up. I'm
just saying, bro. It's kind of one of those things. It's like it's make or break it. If you don't do that, everything's gonna fall 100%, apart. Bro. And working for yourself, it's like kind of like, again, it's a double-edged sword. It's great. It's awesome, but it could also just wither away if you just let it go. Yeah. So. It's like as much as you put into it, that's how you can get out of it.
I would say like more you work, the things go better, right? And as things go better, you get more motivated, you get more self-confident and stuff like that. Yeah. So everything that you do actually at that point works.
Yeah.
And you don't have like anything, I can't do that because I don't have time. You find a schedule because you're already so in the routine and everything's going well. That's why when people like stuck in a moment or something doesn't go well, it's really difficult to get out of that. You know what I mean?
It's like
one thing goes bad.
Exactly. Bro, and like at this point too, I'm like, bro, I can't go to Mexico and make a video with Alex. I can't go for a week and shoot for Alpha, but I've already done that stuff. So the next time something like that comes up, it's kind of like you have the experience that you fall back on.
Yeah. You know how to adapt.
Like Black Friday. I know your Black Friday was crazy.
Bro, I mean, I can't remember the last number. 45 videos.
40, oh yeah.
All right, remember, for the record, I did like 14 reels. And I thought my brain was gonna fucking explode. This guy said 45. Yeah. I'm like,
I remember you saying me that. You're like 14. I asked him. He was like 45. I'm like.
that was just for Alphalete too. That was like,
that's not even including my content that he did.
But like something like that, like bro, getting through that, I'm like, bro, I could do fucking anything. If I can get through that, like, what is 2 reels a week gonna do to me?
Exactly. It's just now it's to the point where like I'm trying to think of like how to systematize my own work and stuff. Just at some point I'm gonna have to hire someone else, and at some point I'm gonna have to keep growing. So I think that's the battle that I deal with, is not limiting myself just with myself, basically. So
I know I've been struggling with this. Not struggling, but making time for personal things. You know, like that was my goal this year. Like all these personal goals, and then I find myself back into this work.
Yeah.
But then I check myself and I'm like, that's because I work for myself. That's because I put this pressure on myself to have this freedom.
Do you ever feel like yourself, like you work for yourself and you're working for other people, you find you're like, bro, I feel like I'm in 9 to 5 again, because you're not investing in yourself, bro, because like no matter what, everything could fall apart the next day, but your own shit, bro.
It's almost like I think we spoke about this. I feel like I don't have the time to like learn more.
Yeah.
Because it's always like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
I don't have time to like sit back and like try to learn new things. You don't
see the money behind it, like just spending 3 hours on YouTube watching something. But
but it's I wouldn't trade it for anything. You know what I'm saying? Like I live for this pressure. Waking up every day like, all right, I gotta go do something. I gotta go create. I gotta go. Yeah. Or else it's back to the
worst day working for myself. When I'm not sleeping, when it's 6 a.m. in Las Vegas and I'm like tired. And
Las Vegas.
Dude, he was editing my Olympia video.
Yeah, I know.
He wakes up and I'm like, oh my God, it's morning.
4 a.m. in Vegas, some fucking drunk. Editing.
I was sober. That was the worst part. But I'm editing. I'm just, bro, that's better than my best day working for someone else, man.
Yeah, 100%, bro.
And I've never felt like I'm working for Alex. I'm working with Alex. So at that point, it becomes like I feel just as invested in the performance of a video. And did this work out? Does not work out? Because it's not just like a boss breathing down my neck. It's me invested. Like I know my name's attached to this. I know it needs to be bigger. And because I've cared about that, bro. Like I'm working with Alphalete, bro. I'm working with supplement companies.
That's what's gonna make your content better. You actually care about Alphalete. You care about how Alphalete does.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I care about
I
how.
read all the comments. That's
what I'm saying.
I'm like, did someone catch that little edit or something?
Yeah. Like when one of my reels gets posted, I care about the feedback. I care about
1000%.
hearing. I care about how the sales do. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm part of the company. If the company's doing well, it means
reflects
well on you
reflects on
10
me. You know,
times
if the
over,
company's
bro.
doing bad, it reflects on me.
It's like cool, yeah, money's cool, but what, like, you know, like you're not renowned, but you're like what you can do.
Money's cool, but if my value is not actually doing something for the company, then what are we doing here?
Yeah,
You know?
and that's the thing with like people like who are starting out. They ask me too. They're like, "Oh, do you work for free? Do you not work for free?" So people get caught up in that too much. It's just it's unfortunate, but yeah, if you have to live, you need money.
Yeah.
But also, if you want this to be your career, it's not a job; it's a career.
Yeah.
You got to treat it as such.
Yeah,
Fucking mic drop.
Exactly. Yeah, everyone's like, but I think everyone can relate on the table because everyone's like a pretty similar mindset. That you said it also like, well, I kind of block right now. I don't know what's that. I look at you. I read Monster and I block a bit. No.
You high again, bro?
No, I didn't smoke. No, you were saying that yesterday also, Alex, that like we were sitting down when you're like, you always can find something to do, right? So like when you are
Always.
exactly,
I
so
never
like,
have nothing to do.
exactly,
Never,
exactly. So there's like a point when like you're tired or something, you sit down, but then also I'm like that, for example, and she knows that like really good. I can be calm. I don't have anything to do. I did a lot of things today, but I sit down and I have like hour. I'm like immediately start shaking. I'm like getting anxiety.
Yeah, because
I feed off of
there's
work.
something
You know
to do.
exactly.
Like,
So when you said like I don't sleep and stuff, even when you don't, but you're so productive, you feed off of that. That's like fuel. You know what I mean? And you keep on going.
It snowballs, bro. It just
Exactly,
you become more and more productive.
exactly. Once you don't like don't have something to do, it's like that. That's when like kind of that anxiety comes from. And you're like, I need to find something to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's totally different mindset than like that, like 9 to 5 people and stuff. They can't wait to come home
to do nothing.
Yeah. No. Honestly, like this is why I needed this trip so much. You know, I've been working endlessly, tirelessly, ever since the Olympia, to the point where I was running myself into the ground. You know, I have a lot of clients, like I mentioned, I juggle with a lot of emotions. A lot of them are in prep, right? And I felt myself looking at a screen for so long and just almost going blank.
Yeah.
And you know, I haven't had a refresh in a long time. You know, so
it's just the reset button, bro. You need it every now and
I
then.
just needed to get away. I needed to surround myself with people who are again like-minded. I need to kind of focus on myself for the first time in a little bit, and that's what this weekend was for me, to have a little bit of a reset mentally in order to get back and give the added detail that I need to and I do to my clients. So I think everybody needs one of those little quick reset buttons, because otherwise, we might look at a Monster can for too long and just forget what we're saying.
Get so caught up, bro.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes
there definitely needs to be a balance. Don't get me wrong. Whatever I just said, there definitely needs to be a balance.
100%, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, I get so caught up in work that sometimes I forget what I'm doing, I'm like, yo, I'm fucking shooting reels right now for Young LA. I live in Texas. Like, all these things in my head that
you just get a context moment, bro.
Thankful, baby.
we do it so much that it becomes routine, but like it can't. It should never feel that way. Because
it also kind of feels that whatever you do, you start feeling like you don't do enough.
Oh man,
am I right?
That's every day, bro.
Right?
Every day.
Yeah.
Whatever you do so many things, but you're like always like, I could do more. Like something's missing. You know what I mean? That's like.
Yeah.
I can't watch a Netflix show without me thinking I should be doing something else.
Same. Yeah.
It's so bad.
I'm gonna say Kelsey sitting here. She bought me a PlayStation. Ask her how many times I played. And I was begging for that PlayStation. I maybe played like 2 times. She bought it, but she bought it for Christmas.
Yeah.
I can't. I sit down and I'm like, I kept more things to do.
Yeah.
It's
I
more
can't-
stress than
Yeah. I'm like, I want to like relax,
Yeah.
but like then I'm like, I can do something else instead of playing games. You know.
What type of content do you guys consume?
Ooh.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
He's put me onto somebody, like these guys called named Colin and Samir.
Oh, they're great.
Bro.
Yeah.
Dude, they're like quality of the videos.
Yeah.
It's so like
and
it's
they're
a,
like so educational.
yeah, it's
like,
a good watch.
in a way that doesn't feel like you're being like lectured.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that-
Johnny was asking me what type of music I listen to in the gym. I'm like, bro, audiobooks, podcasts. Like, I don't even
That's
listen
crazy.
to music in the gym anymore.
Crazy.
Damn.
It's just like trying to learn. It's just because I don't even like even tutorials. It's just more like the concept of content, like why this worked, why this didn't work. It's just like that's all I'm thinking about all day now, bro.
Yeah, dude, I'll catch myself like on like the Stairmaster. I'll put on like some pointless podcast, like
Yep.
some stupid. And I'm like, hold on. I'm like, let me actually watch a video on like rotoscoping while I have 10 minutes to sit here,
Yeah.
and then I'll put on a tutorial.
Yeah.
And then I feel like, all right, I'm working out. I'm also learning right now.
Bro, the best thing I always tell people is just like bro, you don't have a cinema camera. Watch tutorials on a cinema camera. You don't know when tomorrow you're gonna need to handle one or something.
Yeah.
You want to be prepared. I was telling Alex, I was like, I've never used this tripod. It was a fluid head tripod. I was like, I've never used this, but
That
I've
shit
already
was
seen
dope.
so many fucking videos that I know how to operate a fluid head
Okay.
Is
tripod.
that the slider one that you're using?
No. It was just a tripod. We just shot it yesterday.
Yeah, we shoot some athlete content, and he was like, "I never used this tripod, but I watched enough videos on it that I think I know how to use this tripod." So
Yeah,
there you
so
go.
it's just be prepared ahead of time. And like the thing we were talking about, like context and like what you work for. Honestly, Alex asks me all the time, is like, how do you like travel and work and stuff with like, because he's about to get married, so he's like with like having a wife and having a kid. bro, that's the reason I work. Bro, if it was just me, I'd still be at $300 a month. I'd be like just chilling and be like, this is fun, man. I get to visit Texas and stuff. But that's the reason. That's the only reason I even think about money is for my wife, for my kids, just like have them have like the happiest life. And I always see this is terrible, but like with camera gear, I see it like something's gonna help you, it's gonna hurt you. It's never gonna be neutral. Yeah. Same with relationships, man. If you were with someone that's not gonna help you, they're hurting you, they're holding you back. I couldn't do shit without my wife. She like just pushes me so far forward and out of my comfort zone. She challenges me, and it's just I couldn't do anything without her.
I was gonna ask you that actually, because you live just as a crazy hectic life as Alex, and I know Megan's very understanding of your lifestyle now, and you're obviously she knows what your day in day out looks like. Yeah. How does your wife feel about like right now? You're here in Texas.
I always feel so bad,
bro. All the time, I feel bad too. I'm like, yo, sorry, I haven't like texted you in like in 7 hours. She's like, dude, I totally get it. Like it's just she's like, that's the thing. We dated for like 6 months before we got married because we were best friends for years.
Oh, okay.
So it's more of a like I just live with my best friend.
Damn,
so it's awesome, dude. I'm like super lucky, and like our kid is super easy-going. Like he's just like the perfect baby.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. So it's like I'm super lucky. I feel like way too lucky in life in that sense.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I've never not considered her my very best friend. So it's not like a wife or a girlfriend. It's just.
It's tough, bro. I actually had a kid reach out to me a few days ago.
I was like, wrong.
No.
You got a kid?
I was like, all right.
Good job, Joe.
I'm talking about like
Plot twist.
the whole balancing this lifestyle that we live with relationship. I had a kid reach out to me, and he was like, hey, I would love to have you like mentor me. I've recently got out of a relationship, and I feel like she was holding me back, and now I feel like I could finally like learn and really do the things I've been wanting to do, but I didn't have the time for it because I was so wrapped up in my relationship.
Yeah.
I was the same way. Before I came out here, I was in a relationship, and like it sounds fucked up. Like when I was with her, I was like, oh, I should be editing right now. I got to edit that video.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like you can't have that. You can't do both. You can't be doing this full time, like creating and having someone pulling you away while your mind is like, I need to edit.
Yeah, bro.
But it's like I gotta go.
That's the kind of people who need to be like. If you don't feel that, you're in a 9-to-5 job. You know, because you can check in, check out. I don't check out of this. And bro, we're watching something on Netflix. I was showing Alex. I'm like, that's the lens that they use because this and this. So I'm always thinking about that. I'm always telling Taylor about that. And I at first, like when we got together, bro, I had never touched a camera in my life. When we got married, she bought me my first camera.
Damn.
It was to the point. So it's
so
like
you actually owe her everything.
Bro, everything. So like it was to the point where she didn't marry someone who wanted to work for themselves.
Yeah.
So when I started working for myself, I felt guilty. I'm like, she didn't sign up for this. And so she's not in this life. She doesn't know how to how to edit. She doesn't know YouTube. She doesn't know any of that. So I felt guilty in that sense. Kind of like you talk with Megan. Like you weren't a bodybuilder when you got with Megan at all.
So with a whole new man.
So it was like just like the fact that relationship was so strong that even when people grow, people change. People who've been dating someone since like high school, that's just not gonna last because you change so much in college, especially now having your own business. If that relationship isn't like rock solid, can't work, bro.
Yeah, man.
I was delivering pizza in college.
I was eating too much pizza in college.
I didn't go to college.
Yeah, I dropped out. Yeah.
Wow, man. Look at us now. Look at us now.
It's just crazy. Yeah. It's easy to talk to you guys about this because you understand the whole, like, we don't have a schedule, you know, kind of every day is different. And
we're still learning, bro. Like
we haven't even reached peak potential at all.
You know, no one. You just started.
Dude, I FaceTime Juan asking questions. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I got kids asking me if I can mentor them. Or I'm like, I need a fucking mentor. I'm like,
but everyone needs.
That's what I'm saying.
He's my coach. Kik has a coach.
That's
how it goes. Exactly.
Always. If the moment you think you know everything, bro, you're not on the right path.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least we all understand that. You know, that's the thing.
It's the thing with people like I grew up with in high school and stuff. I've been friends with them since like first grade, but they don't get what I do so much that I can't relate to them. They're like,
I talk about this all the time.
My very best friends, Maggie. They're an accountant and a lawyer. I'm like, what do I talk to you about? It's just it's difficult and it's kind of sad, but it's also great because it's like that's a part of my life, and this other part of my life is like people that can relate to me. So it's part of growing up, you know. Yeah. Ultimately,
when you sit down with us, it's easier to talk about this stuff because we all get it.
Bro, I get FaceTiming you, like just randomly talking about rotoscoping, talking about
like a Tuesday at like 1 p.m. You know what I'm saying?
Like, they're working.
That's how we relate. Yeah, that's how we relate to people. That's how you and me and also met. Yeah, same.
I'll call my editor Johnny, and we'll just like have an idea, like for the video or for this, and same thing. And like I'll end up talking way too much, or I'll send a voice message that is hilarious because like the thoughts are still going through my head while I'm speaking it. It's
you just see like Alex Toplyn 2:38. Like,
Yeah,
the last 5 seconds of it, you're like, yeah, never mind, I thought of something else.
Yeah, like,
Didn't be me and you other day. Every single my voice message was like 4 minutes.
Yeah,
Yours
Dorian,
like 50,
I
I'm
got
always
two of
like
them
that.
back to back. It's like minute 08, and then it's like 2 minutes 40 seconds.
Dorian's
I'm
like the funniest voice
shit.
messages of all time. I love them
Mine
so
are always
much.
long. Mine
They're
always
always long,
long.
dude.
Always long. I can't stop talking.
Because you're just talking.
Yeah.
You know? You don't realize like you're
Yeah, I'm like,
recording
oh
a-
shit,
Too
4
easy.
minutes
you're just
already.
talking
yeah.
out loud driving.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
You never lack detail, brother. You never lack
that's
detail.
funny. So what's I want to know like what's next? You know what I'm saying? You're not going to compete forever, right?
Yeah.
Say first about your last Olympia. Like we didn't mention that.
Oh yeah.
They-
Wait, hold on, we skipped the whole
Yeah,
giant chunk of this.
Yeah,
Like,
giant. Like the important part.
you did it. You went to Olympia,
Yeah.
competed.
It's crazy.
How the fuck was that?
On the last podcast, we talked about we're gonna hop on again after we make it to the Olympia.
But you weren't qualified at that time.
yeah, it wasn't qualified.
Yeah, you
So,
weren't qualified.
Like I said, we did a show. We did New York Pro, which was the third biggest show. We placed second behind who was currently fourth in the world, which was an honor. And then 2 weeks later, we went on to a show in Miami. That's where we won. We had Dorian and Kelsey come out there. It was pretty cool. And then from there, we started a mini off season to the Olympia, which was like 6 months later. And then the Olympia was insane, bro.
Yeah.
It was like one of those experiences where as a kid you're like you're on stage with everyone you look up to. So like that moment for me, being so young, I was the second youngest on the Olympia stage. So like being on that stage and seeing all the veterans and everybody who got you into the sport, it was one of those moments where I had to take a second and he caught it on camera, which was wild. And I just had a breakdown the night before the Olympia.
I watched that. Yeah.
And I just started crying, dude. I was just so like thankful, and I couldn't wrap my head around the fact that I'm actually here. You know what I mean? And
You're one of them. These
Yeah.
people that you look up to.
I didn't-
You are those guys now.
I didn't know I belonged. It's like I had a lot of those moments throughout this prep that I realized, shit, I belong here, man.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm so young, and I'm new into this, and so having that moment of feeling I belong, it felt good. And then, at the Olympia, we got into the second call-outs, which it was 70 guys. So we placed 14th out of the entire
insane,
group,
bro.
which is an honor.
You're young, one of the young
That's
guys.
a W. in
I was the
book,
young.
bro.
Oh yeah, I was the
Second youngest, he said.
second
yeah.
youngest. The other guy who was the youngest, he didn't place. But being in that conversation with everybody, who you looked up to, like in that call out, I was what the greats.
Yep.
And then, did I want to get in the first call outs? Of course. Did I want to be in that conversation? Of course. But
For the first Olympia, being
my
14.
first Olympia,
yeah.
and learning so much, man. I'm so young in this sport and learning so much about me, my body. I learned so much just about being on that stage.
Yeah,
that,
literally doing it, being there on the
no
stage.
other stage
Yeah.
to me now is like big deal.
Yeah.
Like I've been on
Yeah.
the biggest stage. I don't get those. I'm not gonna say I don't get those butterflies, but I don't know. It's just being there, realizing that I belong. I now belong on every other stage too.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So that solidified that in my mind, and I think I needed that. So now going into this prep, prepping for the Chicago Pro and then the Tampa Pro, like I'm fiending to get back there. And the best part
Yeah.
about the Olympia, it's in my home state now. So
Yeah.
we're coming.
Meant to be.
Movie, bro.
Yeah.
I tell him like
That's fucking
this like
sick.
it just makes when you eventually win, it just make it so much more dramatic and better, bro.
Yeah.
If you'd have won the first time or placed high the first time, it's like, oh cool,
Yeah.
but it was your first try.
Yeah.
This makes
Especially
it
call
dramatic.
out.
Especially right now, I'm pretty happy. I need to mention that. Maybe it's not important, but since Banks won, right, that's a new standard they're looking for.
Yeah.
And if they look, whoever doesn't know or whoever doesn't know, like how Alex looks like and how Aaron Banks looks like, they have pretty similar physiques. With that said, in my opinion, next 2 years, he will be definitely top 3 in the world.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
I
Because
believe
that's the standard right now, and that's really good for you. That goes on your side a lot. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to see that. That's going to be a battle back to back.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be a good battle, and that's the best part. Like, these are people who I respect, who I'm not one of those guys who I talk shit. I hate their physiques. Like, no, I respect these guys, and I'm honored to stand on on stage with these guys. But I'm also gonna beat these guys.
Yep.
So like, it's one of those things where my confidence does not lack. I'm a firm believer in the best version of me on any given day can stand next to the best version of anybody else on any given day.
Yeah.
I just have to control what I can control. And it's the same thing I tell you. It's the same thing I tell my clients when they're getting prepared. Control what you can control, right? There's variables that are within it, and then some that aren't without. And then if you can do that, that'll get us to where we need to be.
Yep.
Second call out's put the chip on your shoulder, I feel like.
Oh, bro.
Now
Yeah,
it's
man.
even You're gonna work even harder this time.
And even this offseason, like I got a lot of good feedback from the judge, the main judge, like the judge who makes that final decision, and we're right there. That's the craziest part. And being as young as I am, and if I just keep on this trajectory, who knows? I again,
especially on that kind of stage, it's little details.
Yeah,
we already discussed that. I was in Miami. I looked at you. I watched that, and I said immediately, if you came as in on Miami, you were placed quite a bit of places higher.
Yeah.
But that's that. You learn from the exactly next one. If you're on point, which is gonna happen, things gonna happen differently.
That's crazy, bro.
That's the one thing I tell everybody in the sport, man. Don't get tied to a place, and you roll with the punches, right? And like I said, control the variables and take that data and get better for the next one. Because you know what? It's crazy to think, but a lot of people already forgot about the Olympia, like last show. Like Aaron won, that's cool, but they don't remember. Now they're on to the new show, the next show. Yeah. Right? Just like you can't hold on to that feeling. Yeah. Just got to keep going better.
Who won today? Who won the Arnold?
I didn't check, but I think Aaron.
It's still not pronounced.
No? Probably not, but I can tell
probably
you.
Aaron.
Aaron, and then probably
Diogo,
and then Emmanuel Hunter.
Bro, Nick Walker looked crazy.
Yeah, man.
I saw a picture of him.
Dude, him and Andrew Jack look wild.
Bro. So we have this, let's say, annual thing. You need to now say again manifest, because last time you said after Olympia you're gonna come again. Now what's gonna happen?
Spit some shit.
Yeah.
This year Olympia again. What are your predictions?
So in the 2023 Olympia, I will, without a doubt, be top 5, and I'm a firm believer that if I control the variables that I can control, look right at the camera, I'll be in that top 3 going for the win. So
let's go
again.
Mark the words.
And then we're gonna have another podcast after that one.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna circle back and again talk about manifestation, baby, because it's gonna happen.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Again, controlling these variables and making shit happen.
Hell yeah.
New prep series, new laptop for Juan.
Absolutely.
I gotta give a new camera, new lens.
No, absolutely, dude.
We didn't ask besides that the goals for this year for both of you guys.
Content wise,
Let's do individual and then together.
Well, everything overall, business, bodybuilding.
You want to start?
Sponsors.
Yeah, individual. So, had my second kid, easy one.
Go.
So last year was kind of like, what the fuck is happening? This year's gonna be growing, bro. Absolutely, I'm gonna systematize everything. Systems in place.
Now you kind of adjusted to everything. Now you're
now I kind of know like how everything works, how working for myself is like. So putting systems in place, just kind of automating the things that need to be automated, investing into my personal brand too, because that's like I said, he could break his knees tomorrow, and then what do I do? Do cooking stuff all year long? But so just investing in my own things, so working for me in that sense again. And yeah, that's about it for.
Yeah, I don't know if it's considered a goal, but I'm getting married, so I want to be the best husband I can be because she deserves it with all the hell I put her through when it comes to this lifestyle. Being in that conversation at the Olympia, creating wise, content wise. We recently brought on an editor. We are it's cool, man, and graphic designers on our team. We have a lot of cool things that are happening. We're growing a team, and that's what like the craziest part is. They come to a lot of the big projects that we're shooting, and Juan just kind of handles it all because when I'm in the moment, I got to do what I got to do.
Alex isn't Alex in that moment.
No, so like Juan kind of just do this, and that's like really cool, and it's a big stress relief off of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Business wise, online coaching, it's insane. I want to turn some more people pro. One right here, and.
He said Juan right
Juan's going pro. Sorry. Juan's going pro, baby. But
Juan right here.
Yeah, man, it's I can't get over the craziness, bro. Like I'm speaking these words and it's hitting me again. It's like fuck. I would not be saying these things a year ago.
Yeah.
It's like I didn't think that this was possible a year ago. So I'm sorry for that, but it's just
you did everything and like beyond. Like now you're like past that.
Yeah. So it's. To sit here and say like we're growing a team, like what?
Starting business.
I saw you had like your clients at your house. That was dope.
Yeah, man. So it's really cool. We do little things like that, like retreats, opportunity to get the chance to know each other a little better.
It's so important. Yeah, it's so easy. Like
easy.
Just get together like a few times a month. Like
it was dope, bro. I hired a hibachi chef.
That's what I'm saying.
It's guns.
It's so really easy to keep like the team together. You know what I'm saying? It's culture. You're building a community.
It sets people apart for sure.
No question for you.
That sets you apart from fucking random.
You didn't mention me a new business bear.
Oh, that's a big one for me too. I have a we saw a niche in the market, especially this year. But me and Dorian are teaming up, and we're creating a board short company. And
now you know, I didn't mention any time what are we starting with.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah, I was just saying that we're starting something, but I never mentioned what is that.
Yeah.
No, that's gonna go crazy, bro. There's such a missing. That's the one thing missing. I swear to God.
Yeah,
Like,
and it's crazy because like
you guys make the standard shorts that everyone wants.
Not just
That's
that,
it.
it's like everything is literally, it's called competition wear, right? So everything's gonna be literally for a competition. So
Yeah.
when besides
Slides.
board shorts, definitely gonna be the best in the industry. I'm putting my hand to this table immediately,
Yeah.
100%. The best quality. In a couple of years, I'm 100% sure that Olympian's gonna wear those.
1,000%.
Besides that, also is gonna be like a, tracksuits when people go like tanning and
get
stuff
their
like that. So you
tans.
just like something cheaper, but like nice option just to like go
Yeah.
tan, slides, maybe even someday for a classic like the
Yeah.
physique. Why not? Little underwear. But yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I only go in the business with people who I know are passionate about it. All right, hard ass working people, and I only start businesses that I'm passionate about. Like, I don't start businesses for money grabs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I am passionate. I wear board shorts nonstop.
And this is clutch.
No, this is
because
like
it's
fucking
both.
long term, bro.
Yeah.
You're talking
this
like
is like building foundations, and the
Yeah.
best thing about it is we have now the team, the foundation to bring it to life.
Yeah, we are
Yeah.
blessed to have people around us that we don't actually need to figuring things out.
Yeah.
Thanks to Kelsey, thanks to Juan, thanks to like all
Johnny,
the people,
you know,
Johnny, exactly.
Job, like, all these people in our corner, there's no chance a lot of this stuff would turn into fruition
Yeah.
without just the thought of knowing they're behind
Yeah.
us. Like, we're not even using Juan yet for the actual content for the board shorts, but that motivated the hell out of me to say, oh, I know what he can do.
Yeah.
We got to do it.
It's dope once people get behind it. They see what you guys put into it. They see one person wearing it, two people wearing it,
Yeah.
and before you know it,
tangible,
it's just the standard. Like, everyone knows, like,
Exactly.
those are the shorts that you have to wear if you're gonna
That's
compete. You wear
definitely
those shorts.
dream come true. Imagine like
Yeah.
remember we were saying like Christian, imagine how he feels when he comes in like in his gym and people are wearing his items, right? And you
Yeah.
come to Olympia on the biggest stage and like let's say top 5 are wearing your board
Yeah,
shorts.
like they're all wearing
That's
it. Picture that.
absolute. That would be absolutely crazy.
It's gonna happen, but like
It's gonna happen.
I'm saying, picture.
Manifesting it right now.
Yeah.
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 It's a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. But yeah.
That's so sick.
It's
Do we
cool.
have any goals together?
I'm not big on growing numbers wise social media, but I definitely want to see our content get more reach, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
I want to be able to, the best comments I've gotten like last year, and I was not a YouTuber, you know what I mean? So like, how many people told me they saw my YouTube videos, got them through a prep, or they were watching it during cardio and made the time go by 10 times quicker. Like, bro,
Yeah.
I'm mind blown at how many people said that over the stage appearances or whatever. It's crazy to me to sit there and think that was something I was becoming known for, and I want that feeling more.
Yeah.
For you guys, that's inevitable. I'm 100% sure that that's gonna happen sooner or later when you're gonna start growing really fast. Because YouTube works like that. That's why I like YouTube. It's like when you start, even you, Joe, right now, right? It's nothing crazy,
Yeah.
but it is crazy for the beginning if you think about it. Like,
Yeah, it's just
where
dope to
people-
hear when I hear someone like talk about a YouTube video or talk about even the pod. It means a lot because it's like I don't care about numbers. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Even that 1,000 views, but someone mentioned that. That's like still like 1,000 people
eyeballs,
look.
bro. You can't fill this
Yeah.
room with 1,000.
Exactly.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
what, exactly.
Yeah.
We
Exactly.
spoke about that before. Like my worst video maybe has like 700 views. That's 700 fucking people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And you also just started. You guys just started,
Yeah.
but the quality is there. So like it's just a matter of time.
I like what you said about the reach. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like the value you're providing. Like I love this podcast, right?
Yeah.
And it's like I want more people to listen to it. You know what I'm saying? I obviously don't get caught up in the numbers, but like it's more of like you it's valuable.
Yeah.
And you just want more people to hear it.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
But we all know that when you genuinely love something and you doing that for it can be a one day, but it can be a 5 years, it can be 10 years.
Yeah.
But it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's always like people relate to those kind of things. If you're faking something, people never gonna get attracted to it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But like you're doing this and now both of us, me and Harry, kind of like went out. I'm still here. Harry comes right, but I still see genuinely knew that you enjoy doing what you
it's
do.
just- I just love it, bro. I don't make
Exactly.
any money from this,
47
bro.
times if you didn't, bro.
Yeah,
So
and
nice.
it's gonna grow 100%.
Yeah.
One day you're gonna have a full
Bro,
ass studio with a
Every
you know what I
fucking
mean?
YouTuber started with a zero.
Exactly.
When
And
they
we all
made
click
the
the
account.
same buttons,
Exactly.
fucking
Right.
Casey
Everyone
and I
set up
sat,
the
uploaded
account the same
place.
exact way. Everyone pressed the same shit. They
Exactly.
put the same info in. Boom, zero. Every single person on YouTube.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just what you do after that.
It's like a freaky thing to think about, bro.
Yeah. And that's the one thing I've learned in social media, right? Don't get caught up in the numbers. Do not do that to yourself.
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%. Things change. I was mentioning that multiple times, especially when it comes to also relationship. We were sitting yesterday. I was talking about that. People, how they treat each other based on numbers, and not just that, but how things change fast. Today, you can talk with someone that has 5,000. You can be thinking that you're above that person in a way, like who are you and stuff like that. And tomorrow you can meet that person that can have 1 million.
You're a prime example of it.
Little,
but 2,000 followers, bro.
And then like at 100K in like no time.
I went in less than 6 months from 2K to 100K.
100K.
Yeah,
like,
literally. But that's exactly that. And then people start like appreciate you. That's absolutely not correct.
No, I look at it as value, right? Like we could have a pod get 400 views, right? You're like, fuck. But then I get 2 DMs like, dude, you fucking changed my life. Dude, you fucking made me do this. We have a kid who literally moved. We had him on live. He fucking moved, bought a camera because of the pod.
See, that's
insane,
man.
Yeah.
And he always says, like, bro, you changed my life. You changed my life. Every time I talk to him.
It's the
like,
impact on
that's
the
it.
reach
That's what I
that
care
you
about.
have, not the number
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
That is the most important
You
thing.
can get 100,000 views, but did it impact anybody? Did it, you know? Or was it just
was
like...
was it just like crazy
people just
clickbait?
fucking
Everyone's
scrolling?
like, like disappointed and stuff? No.
How many times have you heard of somebody who had 100K, followers but didn't convert?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like it's a common thing.
Exactly.
So like again, impact is everything.
Most of the people actually. Most of the
Bro,
people.
so many nowadays, specifically subscribers and followers are such vanity metrics.
Yeah.
Bro, some people with like 100,000, 200,000 followers, they can get like 5 comments.
Yeah.
And someone with 25,000 just get hella love because it's
it's
about the
real love.
culture.
It's genuine.
Yeah.
Yep.
Actual impact.
Impact is everything.
Yo.
We live?
Yeah. Someone to join in. So I gotta pee. So we're drinking fucking caffeine
I
at
gotta pee.
7:30. This is my third monster. This is my third monster today, by the way.
I didn't. I only had pre-workout in this.
I got a problem.
I need my Wawa coffee.
It's alright though.
First thing I'm doing.
Yo, someone join. What up, Ben? What's going on, dude? What time is it? 7:40.
How long we are?
Almost at the hour.
We good.
Someone join.
What I wanted to say? I wanted to say something. I forgot. Oh yeah, I wanted to pick up before someone
Oh yeah, go.
jumps in. I said I was right now in LA. There is a Dr. Michael Delacour. Shout out to him. He did David Wade.
The guy who cracked your back?
Yeah.
Dude, I saw that. That was crazy.
Yeah, but long story short, like he DM'd me like long time ago. He did all influencers, Lex, Little, David Lade, all of them. He DM'd me like a while ago, and now we were like doing the chiro, that all adjustments and everything. He was like literally, he was saying how I like also like inspire him to like lose the weight. He was like not actually even a video, even a picture. He was like, I was going to the pool and then I saw your picture on IG. I was like, I can't go to the pool. Like when you see that, I was like, I needed to change my life at that moment. I literally like changed his life, and then he like started watching my videos and my recipes. He was asking like how to do your oatmeal and stuff like that. But they're like that kind of things like means a lot.
That's dope.
Really, yeah.
But you'll never know that unless you talk to him.
Yeah,
like, there's
yeah,
so many
exactly.
people you inspire that don't actually say they say it. You know, but they go out and do something.
Yep.
To like change their life.
Bro,
Because
we quit
of
our jobs because you sit there.
What up, dude?
What's good, man?
What's good, bro? Where you at? Where you from?
I live in Santa Cruz. It's like 30 minutes from LA.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
You driving, bro?
I'm literally driving, bro. I literally just got off work. I got a notification, and I'm like, bro, it's my time. I know this
It's my
I like that
time.
energy. I like that energy.
All right, we got Alex Toplyn here and Juan. Say what's up.
Yes, sir.
What's up, bro?
What's up, man?
And Dorian's here. You got a question for us for them? Shit.
Yeah. I mean, I guess my biggest thing right now, I would say, is my only question I would have, it kind of goes for the whole group, is what do you do when you only see snippets of results here and there, and you almost kind of just want to you want to give up, but you don't give up because you keep telling yourself you can make it, but you only see small snippets of results. So what would you do in that situation?
Okay. Alex?
That's a good question, man. And
That's a good question.
then I think it's like the same thing I tell my clients, man. You know, what's your why? You know, is it, you know, what's your true purpose behind it? You know, and I know it might sound cliche, but, you know, when it comes to those hard moments, that's what's going to give you that shell, you know, for the future reference and for the future pushes, right? So, you know, it's hard to put into I guess a motivational speech here, but I think the raw truth is here, man, is, you know, sometimes, you know, you don't need necessarily that kind of motivation of the small snippets. You just got to remember the why of why you started. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, take it from me, bro. I've been through a lot of punches in this sport, you know, bodybuilding, you know, and I have a true goal at the end of it is to be the best. So even whether or not I had those small motivations to keep me going throughout the start, that why, that end goal, I think that's what's going to be the main priority and to keep you going. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It sounds cliche. It sounds cliche, bro, but like, you just got to keep going, you know?
Yeah.
It's.
I say, like, it sounds cliche, and it's not really for myself, because I don't really feel like I have that problem myself. It's more or less for, like, I'm surrounded sometimes by people that feel in that certain situation, and I just, like, it sounds cliche to say, but it's like, I just keep, you know, like, keep fucking going, but it's like, some people just need something else, and I'm very, like, curious to see.
Yeah, but that's an internal thing, you know? They gotta talk to themselves in their head. I always remind myself, I say, remember why you started. When I start feeling like, not giving up, but I start feeling unmotivated, you gotta just reflect and step back and be like, all right, remember why you started this. Remember why you wanted to do this.
Yeah, I mean,
and
like,
then that's an internal thing, you know.
What he said is kind of the epitome of what my social media growth has been. You know, it's like small snippets here, small snippets there. But if you look in the grand scope of things, like, why are you doing this? You know, it's for the actual. For me personally, it's the impact that I have on that small number. So, you know, the why is much bigger than just that
the instant gratification.
The instant gratification, exactly.
And if you see snippets, bro, you just gotta like double down on what works. Because at the end of the day, you like you like making content or you like likes. And if you like content, you're gonna get a lot further in, bro. Like the snippets here and there aren't gonna matter. You're just gonna like keep going. Eventually, it's gonna come.
Yeah. I will say just the most important part back to back is loving something that you do, 100%. And when it comes to the numbers, you don't care about that at that point because you're doing something that you genuinely enjoy to do, and it doesn't matter. You're providing quality for the people. It doesn't matter who's gonna see and who's not gonna see. It doesn't matter. But if you back it up with the action back to back, obviously one day is gonna happen. But if you don't overthink about what's gonna happen, why it's gonna happen, it's definitely gonna happen, and that happened for all of us. Exactly because of that reason. Joe came here because he loves to film. He started doing that. It happened, right? So he likes bodybuilding. He manifested. He went to Olympia in the end. But no one had anything at that time. No one had followers. No one had anything. When you genuinely love to do something and you back it up with the action, keep going, and that's going to happen.
Yeah. And don't forget this, bro. Like, over an extended period of time, those small snippets, they add up.
Yeah.
You know? So, you know, be patient.
Hell yeah.
I agree.
That's what it is.
Like, it wasn't like so much for myself, because like for me, like I'm starting off on my social media journey. I'm doing okay with it. I'm also trying to I'm starting a clothing brand and stuff, and like I also coach people in like powerlifting and stuff. And it's like I get a lot of like these young kids that feel like that. They don't feel like growth. They don't feel instant gratification. And I feel like maybe like in today's society, just we have too much of like instant gratification. So like when I see people that like want things quicker. Like, I know how to say it, but I would really like I said, like, I really want to see what your guys' perspective is on that.
Yeah.
Also, one last thing. Everyone always posts the good things, you know what I'm saying? No one posts the bad shit in their life. So you could scroll on Instagram all day. You're only going to see people winning, people doing good shit, people buying nice cars. So, obviously, it's going to play some games in your mind like, damn, like, this is all day, all you see is instant gratification, like people doing good shit, if that makes sense. But you got to remind yourself, like, trust your timing. You know what I mean? Don't judge your story off of someone else's story. Yeah. Don't judge your chapter 1 off someone's chapter 27. And just keep going, bro.
Not without the reason people say that they enjoy way more that first 5,000 people than that 100,000 people or 1 million people.
Yeah.
I'm literally the same. I think you will agree right now. The times that we're in the sleeping in the room together and stuff like that. Not in the bad way, but those are the best times. For me, I was still the happiest. At that time, I was still the happiest by chasing what you want, and then once you get it, like you know that you're supposed to get it, right? So once you get it, you're kind of like stuck in the moment. But that process throughout that journey is like the most enjoyable.
Yeah, man. Enjoy the journey, bro.
Yeah.
The foundation, the starting block.
Keep going.
Shout out to you, LT, by the way. Like, real quick, like you're just inspiration. Like in photography, your whole story from being in construction work and everything, bro. Like that shit's huge to me.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you, bro. For real.
Of course.
Focus on the road. Get home safe, brother. Appreciate you, man. Have a good night.
I love
question.
that, man.
Good question. Nice guy.
Great guy.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, we already asked you. We know what your legacy wants to be. But Juan,
Oh shit.
what does leaving a legacy mean to you, and what do you want your legacy to be?
I think you touched on it a couple of times. No matter who you're following, just impact, bro. If I picked up a camera because I looked up a tutorial. Peter McKinnon was the first name that showed up, bro.
Goat.
How many people has he impacted? Directly and indirectly.
Yeah.
I think I'd like to be an example. First of all, to my kids, dude. My parents didn't come to America. I came to America as an immigrant. They didn't come here for me to have a 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
They came here to make the best damn life possible, and I'd be doing them a disservice to not doing the best with my life.
Yeah.
So first of all, to my kids, bro, just go all out, believe in yourself. To anyone who sees me as an example, not for the things that I say, but the things that I do.
Yeah. Hell yeah, bro. It's fucking dope to watch you guys grow together, really.
Love you, brother.
Love you, man.
New Christian to be right here.
Dream team.
New standard. The new standard,
Yeah,
honestly.
bro.
raising it, baby.
Fuck yeah.
Dorian,
Me.
keep doing your thing, bro. I know your legacy wants to be.
Well, I don't even know.
Be the prettiest.
Professional cooker.
No. That is definitely if you
Professional muffin eater.
like in 10 years, for example, I think all of us already did kind of left some kind of legacy, even though we are just big at the start. Because at the end of the day, someone's gonna
100%.
sit down and say like, someone's gonna mention a bill, but in those words, someone is gonna mention you. Someone
Yeah.
is gonna mention him already
Yeah.
in 10 or 20 years from now. Someone's definitely gonna mention him. He's already first Olympia.
Bro, it's
top
a
14.
never-ending cycle of being inspired and then inspiring people.
Exactly.
Being inspired, inspiring
Exactly.
people.
Exactly.
People who inspired us were inspired by someone else.
Hell
Yep.
yeah.
Pass the torch.
Hell yeah.
It's our duty.
Appreciate you guys coming on.
Thank you for having
Another
us.
great podcast, episode 47. If you're on Spotify, leave a review. Helps out a lot. Drop a comment. Follow these guys. Follow their journeys. Alex will be back on the Olympia stage.
Hell yeah. And I will be back after.
Yes, and we'll
But
do another part 3 when he's got the medal
I
around
definitely
his
want
neck.
to end it with this, though, if you don't mind.
Go. Mic drop.
I just want to take a quick second because I guarantee you there's someone out there who needs to hear not just this episode, but all the positivity that is spewed on these podcasts. So if you're watching this, if you're listening to this, if you made it this far, make sure you share this with somebody.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to just force this envelope, but you don't understand. There's so many people out there that this simple conversation can help. It can motivate them, and who knows, man? These simple words can help somebody instantly elevate what they're currently doing.
Yeah.
So send this to your group chat, send this to your buddies, send this to somebody who might be, just in a tough spot, man. Because I remember looking back and seeing certain videos that helped me mentally, and then that pushed me forward physically.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. So it starts here, man. Appreciate you guys for
All in
having
the
us on.
brain.
Thank you.
All right. We see you guys episode 48. Peace.
Yeah, thank
Yes.
you guys.
Love you guys.
It's an honor.
This is dope.